So all of a sudden, it starts in the hospital, which I think that's probably where it's going to start. Anything like this.
I was trying to think like, how do you even not get infected in the beginning? And I really think this is kind of like the zombie situation where it's honestly at best 50-50 odds
Hmm.
that you just happen to make it through the initial, like, I guess, crisis or crash or whatever.
I mean, how else can you put it? Because our guy, the rescue worker,
Man,
it,
he threw that title around a lot.
yeah, yeah,
And the emergency response team.
He's like, dude,
emergency
I have
response
to.
team.
I have to save people. It's what I do.
It's what I did. There were so many, like I was reading the subtitles and I'm like, I know that's not an exact translation. I guarantee you this is like the most cheesy thing a Korean dude could say in this moment. Like that's the vibe I got every time he said, I'm part of the emergency response team. Every time he said that, I'm like, man, that had to be super cheesy in Korean.
Well, what do you think the equivalent in English would be? I know what I think it would be.
Firefighters.
It'd be like, don't worry, I'm here to help. Or something, some stupid like, okay, dude.
So I think if I was throwing around a title, right? I think the cheesiest way to throw down that title would be, no, don't worry, I'm a first responder.
Yeah, or something like that, where you're like, okay.
Isn't that kind of lame? Like,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that might be the closest thing that you could say. But I did notice that he really was fond of himself for being a emergency response team
I mean,
member.
he
See-
backed it up though.
Oh, that's what I was
He
gonna
did.
say.
Dude was in there, no matter what the fuck was happening. He's like, I gotta save people.
Exactly. At least he wasn't just all talk. At least he was willing to put his life down. Even so far as to call himself number 2066.
Yeah,
He was willing to die for that little girl.
yeah.
Man, there was so many parts in this movie that just had my blood boiling.
I know.
There was one that we'll get to that, oh man, I actually yelled a little in our living room because that made me so mad. But this particular moment where they were still new to the camp and his friend, I forget his name, but his friend was telling him like, "Oh, why are you so obsessed with this girl?" And he's like, "It's nothing like that."